But what happens if you don't feel comfortable telling your trusted adult, or if that person isn't available? For example, if your trusted adult is your teacher, but it is the weekend or summer break, you may not have access to that person. That's where Safe Schools Maryland can help.
So what is Safe Schools Maryland? Well, Safe Schools Maryland is Maryland's only statewide anonymous school safety reporting system. It allows anyone to report any school or student safety concern anonymously 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It is free for those who make reports and free for schools who receive the reports. There are over 2,000 schools listed in the system, so it is easy to find the school that you're reporting about. Did you know that Maryland is one of about 23 other states that have one of these statewide school safety reporting systems? And if you ever have a concern about a student or school outside of Maryland, we can get that to the proper parties in that state. Now there are two things we want you to remember. The system does not replace calling 911. If you're in immediate danger, please call 911. That will get you the fastest help. This system does not replace talking to a trusted adult. We want you to tell your teacher, parent, guardian, counselor, coach, whoever it is that you talk to. What we are seeing is that students are doing this. Those trusted adults are many times coming to Safe Schools Maryland to make an anonymous report.
What kinds of things should you report? You should report anything concerning the well-being of a student or staff member or the physical security of the building, including the building itself, the property, and transportation, such as buses or other school vehicles. There are about 50 different tip categories to choose from, which are listed alphabetically. Choose the one that best describes the situation. And don't forget, it's not just about physical security. Mental health concerns can also be reported. Also, if you're ever not sure about what you saw or heard, it is better to submit a tip and let the adults figure out if there is a danger than to not report and someone get hurt. You can always state in your tip that you aren't sure or you don't know the source of the information.
So how do I make a report? There are 3 ways you can report. The first is by using a phone to call the hotline at 833-MD-BE-SAFE. You'll speak with one of our trained tip takers who will enter your report into the system and get it to the proper parties to investigate. At the end of the call, the tip taker will give you a tip ID number and a password. You will want to save this for several reasons. If you remember additional information, you can call back and provide that tip ID number and password to add information to your tip. Also, you can add photos or videos to your tip by going to schoolsafetymaryland.gov.
The second method is our web form. Go to safeschoolsmd.org or schoolsafety.maryland.gov and click Report a Tip. Complete the web form with as much information as possible. With this method, you can add photos or videos to your tip. Also, you can engage in a two-way dialogue with the tip takers in real time. This allows you to add more information or for them to ask additional questions that might help with investigating your tip. The third reporting method is our Safe Schools Maryland app. You can download the app to any smart device by going to the App Store or Google Play and searching for Safe Schools MD. You will need to create a PIN, which you will use each time you access your app. This is a safety feature that was added so that no one but you can see the tips you've submitted.
No matter how you choose to report, you will be given a tip ID number and password after you have submitted your tip. This will allow you to call or log in later if you have additional information to provide. Also, the tip takers or the school contacts could ask follow-up questions about your tip, so make sure you log back into your tip to check for that. All 3 reporting methods are available to non-English speakers. If using the hotline, tell the tip taker which language you speak and they can get someone on the line to help. If using the web form or app, there is a drop-down menu in the top right corner of the form where you can choose the language. Don't forget, all tips are anonymous. That means that you don't give your name or any identifying information about yourself.
But what happens once I make a report? Your report immediately goes to our 24/7 Operations Center. There, every tip is read and triaged. That means that the tip takers figure out the response needed and get it to the proper parties who can help. The contacts who receive it then let Safe Schools Maryland know that they received the tip and have looked into it.